Ready? Rock. Ready. Good afternoon. I'm Zach Rodimo, a web developer.
I'm Lee Puccinelli. I'm also a web developer.
I'm Meryl Momiak, and I'm also a web developer.
I'm Kyle Basic, and as you might have guessed it, I'm a web developer as well.
That's Dino the Dino, and we're DigiDrop Technologies, and we'd like to welcome you to our Pecha Kucha presentation. Okay, so what we're doing this semester and the goal of our product is pretty well to better the coding management system. Now, as you can imagine, this is a pretty easy thing to explain, but because we had to sit here and do the 20 slides for 20 seconds, it almost talked for 7 minutes. Wow, we're going to just drag this out for you. So, in layman's terms, code management system is broken, and we're going to fix it. So, some of the errors that we've already found this semester when we started development is security breach issues, group functionality, submitting cogent activities, negative cogent, creating user accounts, and customer service. Additionally, we found a lot of little different miscellaneous errors that we've tackled. At this time, we'd like to take the opportunity to show you our Gantt chart. As you can see, we're well into the completion of a successful semester here in this semester with our project. From our research, which we're complete with, to development, which you never really finished, but we're getting really close. And our testing will be done with this afternoon. Now, what we'd like to do is go through some of our bigger issues and then explain to you how we've tackled those. The first one of those is security. Previously, there was not a procedure in place in the cogent management system to check whether a user was logged in as a regular user or an administrator. In other words, the users were granted administrative rights if they just knew the administrator URL.
Obviously, knowing that the issue was coming from the site not checking the current user's role when they were logged in, we actually went through each of the pages and checked to see if they're trying to view an administrative page, that we would check to see their associated role for that user. But I mean, the thing you guys have to worry about is fixed it.
The cogent management system did not support full functionality of group accounts whatsoever. When an administrator attempted to create a group account, they were given a 500 error. 500 error means that the server failed to fulfill an apparently valid request. Okay, now this created a big issue because it severely limited group interaction in the 411-450 class, as well on the cogent management system.
After figuring out this problem, you had to understand how the database was structured, as well as how the website was communicating with that database to allow for future functionality for group updates and other information. But again, all you need to worry about is fix that as well.
Another error with the cogent management system is that users were not able to submit cogent activity requests under any specific category other than the other category. Users were not able to submit special characters in any of the form fields, so you cannot submit a comma or a decimal or any other characters. Since then, we have fixed this issue.
Obviously, I know you guys have seen that long list of categories for the activities, but it didn't really allow you to actually submit a cogent activity with anything else besides the other field. So we just went through and made sure in the back end that you weren't always looking for the other field and allowed users to submit cogent activities through other categories. And as Libby said, fix that as well.
Submitting negative cogent to a bad student or to a student who submitted a ridiculous cogent activity request and was accidentally accepted was not possible for an administrator. An administrator needed a way to take cogent away from a user. Additionally, if a user selected themselves and submitted cogent to themselves, it accidentally took cogent away from that user, which was not supposed to happen.
To actually fix this problem, you need to know a little bit about how PHP posts to a database, and using special characters makes SQL queries not work after you're posting through PHP. But I mean, any of that jargon, you guys don't really have to understand. Just know we fixed it, so stop asking us.
Another problem that we encountered with the cogent management system was creating user accounts for people. To create multiple accounts, the administrator actually had to go in with the .csv file with all the names and everything listed in there, but this was kind of a cumbersome thing to do, and it was a difficult format to remember. So we needed a new method, and our new method for that was the CAS authentication. It's our long-term solution, and basically CAS authentication means Central Authentication Service. It's a secure method to log the user into a central location, and it allows the organization's database to remain secure while promoting security with the application, and it's something we tried to pursue. So in other words, it means you can go on to the cogent management site with your career account, log in like you would anything else and move on from there. That way the admin doesn't have to create an account for you, but it also doesn't limit accounts to just Purdue accounts. That way we can have alumni and other people on there as well. The only problem with this is it's a really lengthy process. We actually turned in our application a couple weeks ago and have yet to hear back, so fingers crossed that that'll happen. So at this point, we're hoping to move forward with CAS authentication as a legacy project and kind of have another semester take that on and implement it on the site.
Engaging students in the Cogent management system was a difficult process because there was no dedicated customer service team to answer the number of questions that are asked every day. Many of these questions are directed towards our client, but with a busy schedule, it's difficult for him to answer questions such as, what's the Cogent management system URL again? Or help, I've lost my password, or what's Cogent? In order to answer some of these, field some of these questions that are directed towards our client, we have taken on the role of the customer service team. We have created many avenues of answering these questions, such as email, a contact form, tutorials, a texting service, all dedicated to answering these questions. We've answered 47 questions, created 84 accounts, and saved Professor Burton countless numbers of hours.
The way we discovered a lot of these issues that we talked about today was really through testing and feedback that we got from you guys. Our testing in particular, we would have them go through the functionality of the site, test them, and then in our post-test, we'd ask them questions like this one, asking what their satisfaction was with the current site or how easy they felt like it was to use, and that got us a lot of good feedback. We'd like to wrap up our presentation today by telling you, re-emphasizing the fact that it was broken, we're helping fix it and make CGT a better place. Thank you so much for listening to our kind of dry presentation. Good luck to everyone else.